Hello, I'm Fred Grooms, founder of Strengths Development, where we teach students, educators, and business people how to unleash the power of strengths. Today, I'm going to work on a blog post that I'm probably going to throw this on up with Strengths Development as well, because I think the techniques here are important for everybody. Now, as a dyslexic, most of us read slowly, and that's a problem for us when it turns out that we have to produce a product from a book. Now, I am the king of the almost read novel. I don't like to read a lot, but I have to read a lot. So when I read and I have to produce a product from it, whether it's a paper or a report, or I have to have it for some notes or something that I need to refer back to it, I have to pay a lot of attention to what I'm doing. Now, I'm blessed because I'm a dyslexic without ADD. I think these techniques will work for you if you have ADD as well. But specifically, I'm able to sit down, pick up a book, and spend all day long reading it. And that's one of the techniques that I do. I just block off time, sit down, and read until I get it done. Not everybody can do that. But here are some techniques that I think that will work for everybody. A couple of the tools that you need when you begin to do this. A pencil, highlighters of different colors will work, Post-it notes, and a notebook. A notebook is awesome, especially if you have to read several books about the same subject. You put all your notes in here, then you don't have to carry around all the books. And when it comes time to write the paper, produce the product, all your notes for the different books are all right here. Now, what I suggest you do is when you get the book and you begin to read it, you read the book with your Post-it notes. Different color of Post-it notes will help if you have different sections of the book that you need to have, different notes in. Let's say for me, I have notes in this particular book for teachers, and then I have it for business people. So I have different color Post-it notes for different sections. Now, when I read a book and I highlight the book with a pencil. The reason is because I highlight a lot, I circle stuff, and then I write stuff out into the margins. That's another great use for the space, the blank space within the book. The books always have blank pages in the back, which are great for putting notes in. Also, you want to write notes in the margins of the book, circle big words, whatever it takes in order to make sure that things stick out in your mind as you go through the books. Here's one of those blank pages. I don't know if you can see this, but I write a lot of extra notes out in those blank pages. Then you take your book. In this particular case, I went through this book a couple of times. The second time I went through it, I had my highlighted pages. I went through the highlighted or the Post-it note pages. I went back through the Post-it note pages, and then I began to really get into the book with a highlighter, so I knew exactly what I needed to highlight, how I wanted to do that. This notebook works really well, especially, again, if you have a number of different books to read on the same subject. You can then take those, you can put them in here like I did in this particular case, where I've got different notes, and it allows me to refer back to it quickly. College students, high school students, hear this. If you are going to impress your professor, they want to know that you read the book. How do they know you read the book? Because you quote the author. Now, procrastination is the death of so many people. You want to write the paper the night before it's due. The problem with that is you never remember where the quote is. Take the quote, write it down in the book. When you're doing the reading and you're doing this, you think, this is slowing me down. This is going to pick up the pace so dramatically on the back end. So the other thing is, in our high-tech world, some of my students have begun to do this. I think this is really cool and really helpful. I'm not quite so tech savvy that I want to do this, but a lot of students are doing this. Take the book, take your smartphone, take a picture of the front cover. When you get to a point in the book where you've done a whole lot of highlighting, or you got a sticky note in a particular area that's got lots and lots of notes in it, take a picture of it. Then when you get done with all that, you have the book basically in a digital form that you can cut and paste into your projects, into your papers, because you have all that information. Great, super tool. The other thing is that I suggest for a lot of people is the tablets, whether it's a Google Pad or a Kindle or an iPad. You take those make reading a lot of fun. You can highlight in there. They're small, they're compact. You can take lots of books at the same time. You can reference them. You can pull out pieces of them and put them into a notebook within the pad without having to carry the paper. So if you're more high tech, that'll work as well. I hope you found these techniques on how to read a book helpful. If I can be of any assistance to you, go to fredgrooms.com or go over to strengthsdevelopment.com, and I'd love to see you there. Shoot me a message. I hope you found this helpful. Thank you very much. Remember, you have your own personal strengths. Nobody gives them to you, nor can anybody take them away. Have a great day.